Hello and welcome, and hey, look at that! It's another Batman number one, 100-page giant. There, I hate, I hate renumbering. I really do. There's no reason to renumber these just because they're going to go into the comic book store. But I don't want this whole review to just be me complaining about renumbering. So let's actually look at the book. There's two new stories at the front, which was pretty cool. The Clayface story is kind of cool. You got this actor trying to escape from Batman. And well, I think you can kind of get where this is going, right? See, it says Clayface right on the cover, and sure enough, that's what's going on. So, what do I want to show here? Well, for starters, the art is a whole lot better than the art in the previous Batman new material. So we got that going for us, which I appreciate. But the actual story kind of made me roll my eyes. You want to know? You want to know what it's all about? You want to know what it's all about? Hashtag Me Too. All right, well, that made me roll my eyes, but the little fight sequence is actually pretty dope, man. I love Clayface. Mostly, I love Clayface from the Batman animated series. He's very sympathetic. This Clayface. I don't even know which Clayface this is. Like, aren't there like four Clayfaces and one of them's like got fire powers or something? But anyway, he pulls the old "I'm gonna fake my death" ploy, and I just spoiled it. But how that happens, I got man, I can't believe I just spoiled that for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have spoiled that for you. It's very cool, and the dialogue between him and Batman is great. This is a way better new story the previous 14 issues or so had. The Batwoman story here, it's okay. You could substitute literally any Bat character in here for what Batwoman is doing because it's just a fight scene. It's a very cool fight scene, but it's just a fight scene. Still, it was pretty enjoyable because it was a cool fight scene. I mean, I love this explosion over here. See him like being propelled by it. Her cape's blowing in the wind from it. Like that's dope. The fire over here looks cool. Like I am down with this whole fight scene. I love this panel right here. This is like a micro panel, but I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Had a lot of fun. I couldn't tell you what the story was about, but I sure had a lot of fun there. We got this Batman story, and it starts off with a lot of action, and it's great action. And then after the first couple pages of action, we just get to like bat politicking, and I stopped caring. I don't remember which Batman number one that's from. I'm trying to remember. Oh well, doesn't matter. It was pretty well written. This Harley origin story was just kind of fun, and it showcases just how crazy she is, man. Granted, it's got nothing on Harleen, but she just blows a guy up right here. There's a guy in a car packed full of dynamite. We just casually murdered a whole bunch of people here. It's a fun origin story. The art has a style, it's kind of quirky, and it's fun. It doesn't really look like a superhero comic, and I absolutely loathe that design for Harley Quinn. But you know what? It was all right. It was fun. It was fun. I can't complain too much. The Nightwing story, I went back and forth between loving the art and hating the art, and I couldn't tell you what happened in the story because I didn't care. I just read this 5 minutes later. I didn't care about it. Like that's kind of sad. Look at this coloring here on the first page. Like this is like it lures your eye in. There's some great looking stuff all through this. There's also some stuff that let me find it. There was one panel. Yeah, that is like one of the worst looking faces I've ever seen in a superhero comic. Look at that. That's pretty terrible. That's pretty pathetic. And then immediately below it, you got this great looking Batgirl. Right here, she's looking pretty good. Here it looks weird. But there's some nice action in this book. You know, it doesn't last long. There's some nice action. Look at that, man. Look at that kick. Look at that kick. Isn't that awesome? I think that's awesome. Cracking the tile and stuff. Pretty dope. So all in all, Batman number one, volume 2, 100-page giant, I think is Definitely worth the $4.99. Like, there's 5 things in here. There we go. 5 things in here. And I liked all 5 of them for various reasons. Probably the weakest one is actually the Nightwing story. For all the mockery I did of, oh, I don't remember what, or oh, bat politics or whatever, like those stories were all fine. They're all pretty good. The opening sequence, I made fun of it because of the Me Too stuff, like, oh, we're drawing this from the headlines. Where was that story 10, 20 years ago? The same things were happening back then, just as much as they are now, but it wasn't politically expedient, so they didn't write those kind of stories 10 years ago. But now, we're a year late for that phenomenon. So it probably felt timely, but it's anything but. Good times. Like, I think this is like a solid, like, if I'm rating this out of the 5 things that are in it, you know? You got the Clayface story, that's like a half a good. The Batwoman story's action makes it a half a good. The Batman story, I kind of poo pooed some of it. That was definitely like a whole good. The Harley story and the Nightwing story are like a half a good. So that's like, let's see, a half, a whole, a half. That's like 3 out of 5. That's pretty good. There's a lot of stuff in here to appreciate. And I think if you were to get this and, you know, buy it for like your 12-year-old nephew or something, it would be pretty good, pretty appropriate. Although the casual murdering from Harley is, I gotta admit, a bit much. You all have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Until then, bye bye.